When parents drop their children off at a daycare, they expect when they return, their children will be okay. But that is not what happened in the case of Arianna Fitz. If you want to know more about this case, please continue watching.
Has been issued.
And it's just so many questions that I have.
Memorial sign on
It makes it really frustrating.
is on the route.
And I bet he would run after what he's done.
A number of people.
The FBI is offering a reward. What was the order of events?
Never stop looking.
Police are now questioning a number of people.
According to her family, Arianna was known to be a energetic, curious, and bubbly child who was very intelligent, but they also described her as having a little bit of sass with her personality. And by all accounts, Arianna was very smart and curious, like I said, and her family says that she had her whole life ahead of her, and she was only 2 years old. But sadly, her life would not come to be, and her mother would go missing on April 1st of 2016. And when her family could not reach her mother, they decided to send out search parties, of course, and put out an Amber Alert for 2-year-old Arianna. And sadly, her mother's remains would be recovered days later in a shallow grave that had a piece of plywood placed over it and a symbol was written on top of this piece of plywood as well. But unfortunately, at the time and still to this day, I don't think they were able to decipher what the symbol meant, or even if it was anything other than just some random symbol. Now, the sad part about this case is that Arianna was an only child of her mother, Nicole. So when she vanished, it would be natural that her family would, worry about her as well, especially after her mother had been found in a shallow grave. But her mother would leave her in the care of 2 babysitters who were sisters while she went to work several jobs and to also find them a place to stay. So these sisters were in charge of, babysitting Arianna and making sure that she was okay while her mother was at work. And it is said that on April 1st, Nicole left work to go to Arianna's babysitters, and no one really knew if anything was wrong at this time. I think it was just time for her to pick Arianna up. But before she went to pick Arianna up, she withdrew $600 from an ATM at around 9:45 p.m. that evening. And then she contacted her roommate to tell her that she was going to Fresno, California to meet a friend named Sam. But her friend didn't know, along with her family members, didn't know who this Sam person was, and if he had anything, or she had anything, to do with Nicole's murder and Arianna's disappearance. And from there, the timeline gets even stranger, because at about 1:13 a.m. on April 2nd, Nicole updated her Facebook status when she wrote, "Spending time with my 3-year-old, need this break." And many people in Nicole's life believe that the Facebook status was not posted by her, and she did not actually write this, because all of her family knows, and they even have said that when she wrote anything, she would use proper grammar and spelling. And, so I'm pretty sure when her family saw this, they kind of went, whoa, wait a minute, that can't be her. And another reason they knew that it can't possibly be her who posted or made that Facebook status is because Arianna was 2 years old at the time that she vanished. She was not 3, she was only 2, and her birthday was in September. So that is why they believe that the post was not written and posted by Nicole herself. Now, for a while after all of this had taken place, the case kind of stood still until 2017 when the San Francisco Police Department reported that they had seized and searched a vehicle they believed that belonged to Helena Martin, which is one of Arianna's babysitters, and her sister was the other babysitter. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. But on April 8th of 2016, like I said, the mother's remains were found in a shallow grave in McLean Park in San Francisco, California. And it is really strange because the babysitter, the sister, she had started to, I think, get attached to Arianna, and she had started to refer to her as her baby or her child, which is really strange. But after all this had taken place, around this time, the Center for Missing and Exploited Children released an age progression image of what Arianna might look like at the age of 6 years old. And then the following year, the authorities released another age progression sketch of what she might look like at 7 years old. And since the release of the reward and age progression images, there have not been any developments in either Nicole's murder or Arianna's disappearance. And it's really strange because the authorities had offered a $100,000 reward in any information to help find Arianna and helps to solve Nicole's murder. And like I said, no one has come forward as of yet to give any information on either Arianna's whereabouts or the person or persons responsible for Nicole's murder. Now, getting back to the sisters, one of the sisters being Helena Martin, who police believe have information in Arianna's disappearance. Remember I said her mother, Nicole, had withdrew $600 from an ATM right before she was supposed to go to Arianna's babysitter's house. Now, I wonder, was the mother paying both of them $300 to watch Arianna? Because as you would know, that would equal out to $600, which is crazy to me. Because it's not like it is or was a licensed daycare center. And I would like to know, why was that car sitting abandoned apparently, and why was that, and what did police find inside of that car? Did they find anything that would indicate that Nicole had been murdered, or even worse, Nicole and Arianna? Because that would let you know that they also had something to do with her being murdered and found in the way that she was found. Hopefully they did not harm this child, but unfortunately Miss Helena Martin is not talking at this time because I guess she feels like, she has nothing to say and she doesn't know anything, which I call BS on that if that is what she's thinking, because you are the babysitter. You were the last person to see this child alive, so you would know, what happened to her, especially even after her mom went missing and was later found deceased. You would know something, especially since she was not picked up by any one of her family members, including her mother, because her mother, met a tragic end, of course. Now, at the time of her disappearance, Arianna Fitz was 2 years old, and she stood approximately 2 feet tall and weighed about 45 pounds. And she is described as an African American female with brown eyes, black hair, and today she would be 8 years old. If you have any information regarding Arianna's disappearance or Nicole's murder, please contact the San Francisco Police Department's tip line at 415-575-4444. Again, that number is 415-575-4444. Or you can contact the Federal Bureau of Investigations at San Francisco Police Department's division at 415-553-7400. Again, that number is 415-553-7400. And I will also leave all of this information down in the description box below, where you can find these articles and other resources that I may have used. And like I always say, everybody, even the smallest tip can help solve this case or bring closure to the family. So anything, no matter how small or insignificant you may think it is, it could help solve this case. But unfortunately, guys, that brings me to the end of today's video. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment down in the comment section below. And if you are not subscribed, before you leave, please make sure that you subscribe, because it helps me out with videos like this. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.